Hi guys, welcome to another Illicit Expose with yours truly, Such Mobile. By the end of our discourse today, you'd have learned for yourself the relationship, the crazy relationship between the exchange rate in Nigeria today versus land valuation. You'll also learn for yourself whether it is profitable or not to go into land banking as somebody in Nigeria presently or in the diaspora. Stay tuned and you'll enjoy this and more. Hunger is the current trend in the country. Everybody is complaining. The higher class, the middle class, the lower class, every single person is complaining. The prices of goods are skyrocketing, like our exchange rate at the moment is going crazy, completely out of the charts. Now you get to ask yourself, why are all these things happening? Then you now realize it's actually a common knowledge that Nigeria's economy largely depends on what they sell, what they get from sales of oil. That is to say, our foreign exchange is largely dependent on oil. This problem started since 2014, 2015, when the fall in the price of oil led Nigeria into recession. Some of the solutions adopted by the government to stabilize the economy while revitalizing the strength of the naira would eventually lead us into the problem we are facing right here today. One of such solutions is the multiple exchange rate system, a system that allows the government a certain specific rate to conduct businesses, and also the private companies and individuals a certain rate, to conduct their businesses. Of course, this particular system is prone to corruption because the private side of things is black market. It is too volatile. It is based on speculation, demand and supply. So what now happened is that people would disguise under government, policies and agencies, have access to hard currencies, and they will sell it to private individuals whom they have agreements with, who will now resell it to individuals at a very high rate. So that led us to the problem we are actually facing here today. The market is just open, it is very speculative, and nobody knows what is going to happen, the next minute. You can be selling the goods or you are buying the goods for this particular amount this moment. The next minute it is just changing. So it is about speculation, demand, and supply. Now, how does this affect land valuation in Nigeria? How does this affect you, who is a landowner? How does it affect you, who is land banking, who is investing, in land? Before now, I used to think that there are only two factors that affect, that reduce the value of land. One, insecurity or war. Two, disputes. However, the recent events happening these days has actually opened my eyes as to how exchange rates, devaluation of one's currency can actually affect the value of that land. So watch me closely as I give you an instance of a friend of mine living in diaspora, US to be precise, who purchased a plot of land, 3 million naira barely a month ago, and then you see the variations on how the land has actually devalued over time. Now watch closely. Now he bought this land on the 24th of January, barely a month ago. At that time, on the 24th specifically, according to Aboki FX, a dollar was 1,370 naira for $1. So he bought that land 3 million naira. The equivalence of 3 million naira in dollars at that time, 24th of January, was 2,188 naira. $2,188. Sorry. Now, fast forward, say a week later, a week plus later, on the 7th of February, a dollar was the equivalence of a dollar in naira was 1,505 naira. Now, if he had bought this particular land on the 7th of February, it would have cost him in dollars $1,993. It is still 3 million. Now, if he had delayed buying that land, maybe he bought the land a week later on Valentine's Day, according to Aboki FX, $1 on Valentine's Day was 1,540 naira. Now, if he had bought that land for 3 million naira that day, the equivalence in dollars would have been 1,948 dollars. See 3 million naira. Now, if he had bought this land today, February 23rd, according to Aboki FX, a dollar is 1,900 naira. Now, he had purchased that particular land today at $1,579, as against $2,188 he bought that particular land over a month ago. Now check the variation. So you see that the longer it takes from 24th of January to 23rd of February, the value or the amount in dollars is actually decreasing. He bought the land equivalence in dollars at $2,188. Now presently, the value of 3 million naira today, as of today, is no longer $2,188. It is now $1,579. So the difference between these two, you know, just do the subtraction. You know how much he could have saved, or how much he has actually lost over time, just between. And this person was someone that bought the land to invest. So he bought it to land bank. Basically, he's investing in that land with the hope of selling back maybe a year later or 6 months later. But this is just 1 month in, and he has lost this much amount of money. Do you understand the point? So this idea just blew my mind. It is insightful, and there are actually a whole lot of things to decipher from this particular thing. It's quite insightful. If it is not always the best time to make, this moment is not always the best time to make investments in land. You can actually make your investments elsewhere, but if it has to do with land and you want to invest with the purpose of like investment, you want to get your returns later, it is not the best time. And if we are familiar with the terrain of Nigerian economy and how things rise in Nigeria, things really go down. Things like almost nothing, everything goes up but does not come down. Prices go up, they don't come down. You understand? So I'm not being pessimistic here, but I'm just stating the facts. So this is not the best of times to make investments in land. Hey guys, I sell land, so this is not in a way to discourage you from buying land, but the point is, if you are going to buy land specifically for investment purposes, this is not the time. You can buy land to develop, you can buy land to run your businesses, you can buy land to set up anything or any structure at all. But if it has to do with land banking, that you are buying that land for the purpose of keeping it for tomorrow, so that you sell it at a higher price, you understand, it might not be profitable based on the analysis we've just done. Just imagine, even though they increase the price in naira just this period of time, which is not possible, a land that is valued, because there are almost no activity happening around the land as to to add value in the land over this short period of time. Now look at, but there's a disclaimer here. Over a long period of time, there might be some sort of development around a particular land that could actually add much more value than the devaluation now over a period of time. So they will just cancel each other, and then you might just end up making just little profit, depending on the stretch, the number of years I'm talking about now. But if it is within a short period of time, this is just barely 1 month, and this person has lost a huge amount of money. You understand? Almost $400 he has lost here. So so that is the point. So that is the point. It is insightful. It is crazy as it gets. So feel free to drop your comments. If you've watched this video up to this moment, thank you so much. Feel free to engage. Ask your questions. I'll be glad to follow you up. Drop your comments in the comment section. Like, share with your friends. Share with your friends in the diaspora, those in Nigeria, those who need this particular insights and nuggets. If you feel we should have a conversation around this particular thing, I am your guy. My number is actually on the screen. Do well to call me, and I'll be glad, to follow you up. Thank you so much, and God bless you. See you next time. Bye.